Hi, welcome back to my page, and I'm so excited about all the reviews and the contributions, and that you guys are participating and you're having like this is helping. I think this is also helping me, and I'm really happy. Without taking too much time, today's video is going to be about toxic traits. I wanted to do this video because look, we are developing, right? We are doing some work on the inside on ourselves, right? Now, I could talk about qualities that you need to develop as a woman, right? And I'll get to that. But today I wanted to talk about the things that you need to remove from your life, the character traits that are already there, the toxic traits that are damaging you from the inside, that are hurting you from the inside. Like how can you work on yourself? What can you do in order for you to remove those things? Because you see, when you are keeping something that's killing you on the inside, you're not empowered. And the fact that you can't admit it when you know that it's there, it means you're not at the place where you're supposed to be. Because an empowered woman, a strong woman, a good woman, a successful woman, you need to be balanced with yourself. You can want to enjoy life, you can want to be happy, you want people to treat you right, but look on the inside. What is okay? What's broken? What needs healing? What needs mending? Okay? And that's why I want to look at toxic traits. Now, in order for me to break this down, I'd need to use my own example, right? Forgive me, I use my hands to talk. It just adds to the way I'm feeling. Okay. So I'll use myself as an example, and one of the things I have identified about myself is that I can hold a grudge. That's a tough one to admit. It's been very difficult for me to get to a place where I say that I know I hold grudges. I know generally women hold grudges. We are very easily offended, and when someone does something to us, we're like, I'll never speak to you again, but that's not what I'm talking about. I have this thing where, I will consistently, let's say if someone has done something, they'll do it over and over again. I'll take it. But most of the times, I don't communicate well when I'm unhappy about something. So it just tends to stay with me for a time. And the day that it will come out, I will not even say too much. I'll just leave. I'll just excuse myself quietly from your life. Because I've always been in a place where I'm like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want you to disturb my emotional peace, But I just let you go, and I'll just relate with you from a distance. I don't need this in my life. That's always been like my approach to some of these things. And because of that, I find that it hinders me, because it's like I let go of relationships easily. Once I get to that place where I feel I can no longer talk about something with someone, I just let the relationship go. And that will simply mean I'll not sit them down and say, look, it's over. No, I will literally just stop communicating. I'll stop texting, I'll stop calling, I'll stop being interested. It will just die inside me because I'm harboring this thing that for a long time I haven't talked about. Now, can you imagine how many relationships I've lost because of that? I'm glad that right now in 2019 I can admit this to myself, because then with the relationships that I currently have, I can work on it. I can work on how to communicate with the people in my life, and if they've done something, and if they've done something and apologize and we've talked about it, it's a matter of just releasing it, releasing the offense, releasing the feeling of being upset, releasing, the grudge and the need to like, I'll hold on to this, it will never happen to me again. Like, just letting all that go and just having peace in your heart, having a pure heart, not harboring anything against anyone. It's a burden. It's such a burden. I have found myself burdened with these things for people who are not even in my life anymore, and I honestly don't see the point. Now, I'm using this as an example because this is something that can hurt me, okay? Because then I'm ruining the relationships in my life and I'm not relating well with people, right? So I need to deal with the fact that I do hold grudges, and I need to let that go, and I just need to deal with the fact that people make mistakes. No one is perfect, and it's okay to communicate your unhappiness, and it's okay when people apologize to forgive them and move on, and let it go. That's just an example that I'm giving you. I have lost a lot of relationships because of that, and I don't want to do that anymore. But that's as a result of myself and how I've been relating with people, how I've been taking offense, how I've been holding on to things. That can hurt you, So today, I want us to deal with those things that can hurt us. First thing is own your mistakes. You must never look at your life and think you're perfect, you don't do anything wrong. If something goes wrong, identify what your contribution to the problem was. You're not perfect, so trust me. There's something that you could have done at a certain point in your life, or at a certain point in a situation, or at a certain point in your relationship, where in your relationships, and these may vary from family or whatever, where you did something. It doesn't matter how many times you point a finger at the other person. What did you do? Focus on what you did and how you can correct the situation, how you can change your behavior, change your attitude towards whatever the situation was, and see how that can improve, because there's no point in pointing fingers and blaming others. You need to be able to own your contribution to the mistake, own your contribution to whatever is happening, You must never look at yourself as a person who never makes mistakes, because you do. So every time something happens, I'm challenging you to be the first person to say, okay, this has gone wrong, okay? What did I do? Always ask that question first before you start pointing fingers. Unfortunately, this applies to your personal life, your professional life. Always look at yourself first and say, what did I do to contribute? Trust me, you will have a different approach to problems when you always take responsibility for your actions. That is very important. Never blame. Also, the need for revenge. Let go of that need for revenge. If someone does something to you, life is not about tit for tat. You can't spend your time trying to fix people or trying to show them, I will never do this, And I'll be honest, I'm a little bit guilty of that, because, especially when you're a single woman and maybe someone broke your heart in the past or let you down or disappointed you, and you're like, I'll never let a man do this. Me? They will learn, But that doesn't actually help you, because you're closing parts of your heart from receiving the healing that it needs, and from actually receiving the love that it needs to just flourish, whoever did, that's in the past. We just need to learn to move on from that and not feel the need to fix people, to teach them a lesson. That's not your job, You are not God. So let go of the need for revenge. Don't harbor any bitterness in your heart. Let all those things go. Those are things that can damage you from the inside out, because you will have a dark heart. I always say that to my friends. There is a certain darkness that only comes out from, there's a certain darkness that genuinely only comes out from harboring pain, harboring offense, harboring these negative feelings, and just, let all that go, release it. Be free your heart, Don't hold on to what this person did. Even if someone hurt you, when you meet them, be cool. Just be cool. Be amazing, because you are. And then also the other toxic trait I can identify is being passive aggressive, without really communicating something that is maybe bothering you or something you disagree with. You would just rather make cynic comments and say silly things that don't even add up just because you want to get to people. Those things, we have to let those behaviors go. We have to be deliberate, because we do this, And then also being criticizing other people. This is something that you do. And that this applies to even our friends or whatever relationship we may be in. When someone does something, why is it that you're always the one who looks at the negative? Why is it that you're always the one who's identifying what's not going to work? Tame your tongue. Tame your tongue. I can't remember what the scripture says, but it says life and death is in the mouth. So be careful what you say. Don't just offer criticism as if you get paid for it, because you don't. You know, you should find positive ways of giving feedback. You know, feedback is important, but criticism, it has to be given in a healthy way. But you can't always be the one, you see another woman passing, why that dress? Why those shoes? Why the hair? Oh, why is she talking like that? Like, what's the problem? It's not your job. You don't get paid to be, you're not the chief minister of criticism. You know, check your heart. Why is your heart like that? Like, why do you always see something wrong with other people? You know, so you need to be able to correct that within yourself. Exude love, exude peace. Okay. So the next one is manipulation. Now, I know as women, we are predisposed to manipulate. I understand that. I'm not going to go into the details of that, and I don't want to make this video too long, but I've identified that as something that we do. Sometimes we use manipulation to get what we want, and I'll say this in relation to relationships, especially. From men, you will use it and you turn it around into whatever you want it to be, but essentially, instead of just of you communicating and having healthy dialogue with people, you'll find ways of behaving, find ways of persuading them to do what you want, and that's not always healthy. For me, I find that actually just highlights the deficiencies in yourself as a woman if you have to manipulate someone into doing something. You know, I think there's a difference in managing people and influencing them to manipulating them. You know, maybe we should actually have a look at that separately, but that's something that we should just be wary of. Do not manipulate people. Don't lie to get what you want. You know, do not give a false picture in order for you to get the results and the reactions that you want. You know, communicate, be honest, be open, be direct, you know, and like just be respectable, respect yourself, and, you know, be respectable. So there's manipulation, and I've already talked about criticism and just being negative and all of this hate inside for other people. That's not good. Manipulation goes with emotional blackmail. You know, always try to guilt trip others into doing things. You want to just blackmail others, and if you're a female, it's just called black female. And it's not funny, it's super serious. Deal with those things on the inside of you. Do not hold on to things that are damaging you from the inside. If you're going to be the woman that attracts the life that you want, and because this is a single woman series, if you're going to be the woman that attracts the partner that you want, you need to think about the kind of man that you want. You want all these good qualities about him, right? I am challenging you to fix those things on the inside. And I think this applies to even people that, whether you're married or you're not married, or you're single or whatever, if you're just a woman, think about who you are as a person, the quality of a human being that you are, what you are depositing inside, what you are investing in for yourself, you know, in your character, the things that you're taking time to improve, the things that you're taking time to grow. You know, because I feel like that determines a lot of the times it determines the quality of relationships you have with people, because who you are really will determine how you relate with those around you. So take time into invest into that. Do not be the kind of person that pulls on other people's heartstrings. You know, just take responsibility. No matter what happens, I really wanted to just highlight the fact that a lot of things will go wrong. People will behave badly. Things will happen. But what you should always focus on is yourself. Take responsibility for your behavior. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a business. Always look at yourself first and think, what can I do to improve? What can I do to be my highest self? Visualize your highest self and consider what it would take for you to become that person, and do it. That's essentially what I'm challenging you. Remove the things that are ruining you from the inside. Remove those things that are hindering you from being the best girl, the best woman, living your best life, you know? Remove all the things from the inside. Don't have a bitterness. Don't be mad all the time. Just be happy. Cleanse your heart. Be pure on the inside, you know? And innocence helps. Don't always hold things inside. Don't always hold harbor unforgiveness. Let things go. Let love flourish in your heart. Have love for other people. But I think most importantly, have love for yourself, because the love you have for yourself is the love that you're going to give to other people. Okay? Now, as I always say, I love you and God loves you. I want you to flourish. I want you to win. And I don't want you to go out there and someone to point at you and say, but this. No. You're fixing yourself. You're working on yourself. By taking this seriously, you're taking responsibility for your life. I don't know what toxic traits you have. We are all different, but I want you to sit down, take a moment, think about it, work on it, improve, be the best that you can be. Excellence should be your lifestyle, whatever that means, whether in your character or in whatever you do in your life. Now, like I said, I love you. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.